On tonight's show, we find out how to baby-proof our homes and our studio.
Aishwarya is here with the latest gossip on the Inside Scoop.
Tim Searle is here with advice on how to keep those financial resolutions.
Mario Reyes, the Gypsy Man, is here with his new band.
And we reveal the identity of our mystery chef. This is Studio One.
Roll the titles. Hello and welcome to Studio One with Tom Urquhart.
And Sabah Waheed. This is pretty much it for the next hour or so. There's nothing on any other channel, so don't even check. Honestly, there's no point flipping because, well, nothing beats Studio One.
And we're so modest, aren't we? Now, Tom, what do you think about babies? Those little bundles of joy, the goo-goos, the gagas, those chubby little cheeks.
Yeah, like right. The full nappies, the sleepless nights, the endless expenses. No, great. Really. No, really. I do love them. But you always have to worry about what they're up to, especially when they start crawling.
That's right, Tom. Actually, the first couple of years for babies are very crucial when it comes to safety. And as you know, safety always begins at home. That's why we asked Jess to find out more about baby proofing.
For a parent, watching your child grow up can be an amazing experience, but also a worrying one. The bigger they get, the more trouble they can get into, and that means that your home, the place where they should be most protected, could be filled with accidents waiting to happen.
But it doesn't have to be a big problem, and Duri Arbab is here from DumaSafe to give you all the answers when it comes to making your home baby safe. Hi! Hello. So we're here in Doa's apartment with her family, and just taking a look at this room, what screams danger to you?
Immediately you look at the coffee table and also all the bits around the TV and the DVDs and everything that's sticking out.
So which room is the most dangerous in the house?
I'd say the kitchen is the most dangerous, mainly because we have the oven there, the hob, and then the knobs, especially the kids can turn that around. And then apart from that, we have the cabinets where the children can take things out
and
as
swing
well.
open.
Exactly, exactly.
Doa, do you find that you're a bit nervous in the home when it comes to safety?
Yeah, of course. I mean, this is a priority issue. Obviously, Talia is a very active and lively baby, and it's hard to keep her still in one place. So I always worry, especially when, for example, I'm at work and I'm not around. My mind is always worrying.
Let's get baby proofing.
First up, it's the living room, and this coffee table has disaster written all over it.
With your coffee table, instead of having it covered the whole way through with edge guards, what we'll do is we'll just put the corner guards, and on your TV table there we'll have the corner guards and the edge guards.
Excellent.
And also I can see that you have a little cabinet there, so over there again we can have some kind of cabinet locks as well.
Now, are you feeling a lot better about things in here now?
I feel great. It's such a relief now. The corners are secured and the drawers are locked. It feels...
No DVDs falling out.
Exactly.
Fantastic. Let's move on.
Excellent.
So it's out of the living room and into the kitchen, where there are plenty of opportunities for baby tears.
Here in this kitchen, what we will be doing is the oven here, we have an oven guard that we put on this oven, and basically it reduces the heat by 50%, so it basically prevents the child from burning their fingers. And these drawers here that you see, we'll have drawer locks here, again from preventing the child opening the drawers and cabinets as well. We have some cabinet locks as well.
What about the fridge? Will we be putting locks on that as well?
Yes, we have a fridge lock as well, and same, we have some multi-function locks, so you can actually use them in different areas of the kitchen really.
So is there any way we can keep kids out of the kitchen altogether?
Well, you could have a baby safety gate, so that would kind of prevent the child from coming inside the kitchen totally.
We all know the bathroom is stuffed full of items you don't want your babies anywhere near, so here are a few tips on keeping them safe. Keep your medication and toiletries in a safe place, like a cupboard and out of reach. Use toilet seat locks to prevent your toddler lifting the lid and even drowning. To prevent burns, cover the bath faucet with a well-insulated cover.
Mums, there's nothing nicer than tucking their little ones into bed and getting some time to unwind, but can they really relax when there are potential hazards in the bedroom too? Duri, what could Doa use in here?
Doa could do with some corner guards again in this room, and also here we have the cabinet here, so she could have some cabinet locks, and then we have a few items for the door as well, so she can have this door hinge guard as well, so this prevents the baby from their fingers being caught. And again, at the same time, this is a door stopper which goes under the door, and again it prevents the baby from slamming the door.
Doa, we've just baby-proofed your home. Are you feeling a lot happier now?
I feel a lot happier. I feel Talia's a lot more protected, even though she will continue on bumping into things, but I'm sure it's not going to be as bad.
No, it'll be fine. Time to leave and let baby Talia get stuck into exploring with a very chilled out mum and no risk of tears.
All together now.
Oh, what a little cutie. Thanks to Jess for that report. And joining us now to tell us a little bit more about baby safety in the home are Duri Arbab and Amanda Ullerton. Welcome to Studio One, ladies.
Thank you for having
So,
us. Thank you.
as you can see from the video, we covered a lot of ground.
That's right.
But are there any areas that people commonly miss?
They do, to be honest. I mean, there's quite a bit we did cover, but there are things like cords of blinds that, you know, they have a loop, so, you know, the child can
You
normally
can get tangled. in
Exactly. So
that.
that's quite dangerous. And then apart from that, we have the banisters where, you know, they could be wide at times, and, you know, it's wide enough for a child to put their head through. So we have banister shields for that, or we have some kind of a mesh as well,
Right.
which you would use to cover it and protect your child from.
A lot of the focus there was indoors as well. Also important to have a look at the garden and outdoor areas.
Exactly, and we do have quite a bit of things for that as well. And we've got this soft cushioning for, you know, pavements,
Yeah.
the pavement area in the driveway or something as well. So yes, we do have
Those
things.
bumps and bruises.
Exactly, exactly. So we do have edge guards and for outdoors as well that we could use
Yeah.
to protect your child. Yeah.
Now, one of the areas that we saw a lot of there was, and Jess was being very careful to speak very softly as well, wasn't she? You know, not to wake the little ones during sleep. Nighttime, very important. Little ones can roll over, do themselves all sorts of damage during the night. I know that. And Amanda, I want to bring you in here because the dream tube.
The dream tube.
This is what I wanted to talk about here. You brought one along with you. Explain a little more about the inspiration.
I did. Well, basically, my friend and I, being new mothers, and our children just kept falling out of bed, as everyone's do. And we travel quite a lot to see friends and family. And the traditional bed guards are hard, and kids hurt themselves. And at that time, they only protect one side of the bed. So we sort of had a coffee one morning and a light bulb moment, as it were, and we came up with this invention, the dream tubes, which we now sell sort of pretty much worldwide, and hopefully it enables parents and children to get a better night's sleep.
Can you explain how it's actually used and how it can be fixed onto the bed?
Yeah, of course. It's really lightweight and portable. It's fully safetied up for British standards for safety, and it's just a sheet. So this is all you have to take on holiday with you or to granny's, and it has a pocket down the side which runs down 2 channels down the side of the fitted sheet, and you just inflate these tubes and then push them in, and it provides a sort of really sturdy but soft and cosy barrier, so no more sort of falling out of bed, hopefully, and everyone's happy.
It's not just for babies either. I see I could be sleeping under
Yes,
there.
you could. You really could.
Jury, I mean, what are the most, we've talked about the sort of areas around the house, what are the most common mistakes that parents make in forgetting little areas to baby-proof?
Well, we have things like, you know, the sockets that, you know, sometimes they're overlooked. And not only sockets, you know, in the apartments here or the houses here, villas here, we have these telephone sockets as well. So we don't have a cover for that. So normally what we do is, what DumaSafe does is we actually have these wooden boxes, specially custom made for those. So there's no possibility of a child sticking in their finger or a pen or something in that little opening for the telephone wires as well. So we've got stuff like that as well. And apart from that, again in the kitchen, although, you know, parents try and childproof it as much as they can.
Right.
But I would also suggest, you know, have just a safety gate, so it totally prevents the child from entering the kitchen, because there are times if you've got stuff which they could just
Sure. Well, Duri,
swallow in.
you brought a lot of gadgets here with
We have
you,
indeed,
and
yes.
We're up for the challenge.
Yes, that's right. We
You're
have a
putting
little
us
challenge
up
for
the
you.
baby-proofing test.
You have 60 seconds, and let's see how well you can baby-proof your studio then.
All right, Tom,
Right.
are we on a team? Are we working as a team, or
No,
you
I'm
on?
sorry.
Am I on my own?
6 seconds starts now. Okay, off we go. So just grab a few of these bits and pieces and see where they go.
right.
Jury, you're going to
Let's go.
adjudicate, aren't you? So
I
keep an
will
eye on us.
indeed, yes.
I'm
saw-
starting with the easiest one here, the
That's-
corners. Well, that should be there.
Is that- this is one of the... No. Okay, so I think that this one might go here. I'm not sure if that's going to stay on there, but... give
How you
that
doing,
one a
Tom?
go. Yeah, I've got one piece in
I think
place.
this might help
Um,
you. This might help you.
Okay, yeah,
I think
thanks very
that
much
I think
indeed.
that goes on the oven.
Is it? Okay,
I think-
good. Well, we'll try and get that on the old... Just chuck it there or something like that. That'll do, fine.
I think that'll. Okay.
Plugs, I saw plugs somewhere. Where are the plugs?
Oh, there's one over
There's one
there.
over here. Okay, cool. So we can put the plugs in. Oh, I'm almost done, so it looks safe enough to me. Mind you, there are a few other
I think I
bits and
got all
pieces
my
on there.
stuff done. Oh no, there's more. Where does this go?
I think that's
Figure that one
yeah,
out.
no worries at all. Chuck this around one of these ones. Oh dear. So
Oh.
time is up.
I didn't get around to this one.
Sorry.
There
Okay,
you go.
brilliant.
Jury, maybe you
Okay.
could just give us a couple of pointers where we went wrong.
You guys did a brilliant job, but I have to say this is not a fridge lock.
Okay. Looks good though.
It does indeed, doesn't it?
It almost fits.
This is a cabinet lock. You could use it as a cabinet lock, especially for this one here, because you don't have any handles or anything.
Yeah.
So this
Okay.
could go here. Also the
What
kitchen.
about this one that I just sort of...
No, sorry,
just
this is totally
rested.
wrong. Yeah, no, you would
Oh, it-
stick this here,
Yeah.
so it prevents the child from opening the oven.
Can I get full marks for the guard there?
You will indeed, yes,
Thank you
of
very
course.
much.
Yeah.
That'll do. A lot to learn, a lot to take in, of course, and all the details available
Sure, of
on
course,
your
on the-
website
that's right,
for all
exactly.
parents, as always. Jury, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thanks very much for your
My
time.
pleasure.
And Amanda
Thank
as well.
you.
Thanks for
Thank you.
being with us and shedding a little more light on the Dream Tube.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And if you'd like to get involved with tonight's show, you can email your comments or questions to studio1@dmi.ae or write on our Facebook page, facebook.com/Studio One Live. You can also follow us on Twitter. That's twitter.com/Studio One Live.
Time now to remind you of this week's big competition where you could win a pampering session at the Eternal Med Spa. Catering for up to 20 people, courtesy of health food outlet Freshie. A luxury overnight stay at the Software Hotel at Jumeirah Beach, including a bit of brekkie. And 500 dirhams to spend at Baker and Spice.
It's worth around 3,000 dirhams, but if you want to win, you'll need to answer this question. How many Emirates are there in the UAE? Text SO1 if you think it's 7, text SO2 if you think it's 8, or text SO3 if you think there are 9 Emirates.
When you've made your selection, simply text it to the number for your country, which is coming up now. As always, number, if you're texting right here in the UAE, is 4351. Winner will be chosen at random and called by us live on Thursday night show.
After the break, Aishwarya reveals Bollywood superstar Shah Rukh Khan's villa in Dubai.
Plus, stay tuned because later on we'll be revealing this week's Mystery Chef.
Welcome back to Studio One. Now, celebs may run, but they can't hide because our gossip greatness will hunt them down. Here to update us on all the gossip is Aishwarya Ajit. Welcome back, Ash.
Thank you.
And I know you gave us a little sneak peek last week on the
I
Bob
did.
Sinclair interview. So we're going to elaborate a little more on that, but what was the gist? Why was he here?
Atelier events, they bring in celebrities every now and then to Dubai, and this time they had the legendary French record producer and DJ Bob Sinclair, who was in Dubai last weekend. He was performing at the Chi Lodge, and I heard that about 2,000 people turned up. The
Wow.
VIP area was packed, and there was literally no room to stand.
He's famous for what?
He's a
Produced a number of big What was the songs that he did before? Love
Tom,
Generation.
Love Generation, World Hold On.
They're
And
like the anthems
Exactly.
of Dubai.
And in fact, his recent album Made in Jamaica has even been nominated for the Grammys. And how could you not know?
It's just the age catching up with me at
Yeah,
the moment.
we
You-
didn't want to go there, but yes, let's
Well, the
catch up.
party was a massive success. The place was filled with excitement, and the women were all over the place. They wanted to click pictures with him, wanted to shake hands with him, and in fact, it reached a stage where he had to be taken to the green room till the crowd actually
Well,
calmed down.
He's an international superstar, right? Yeah.
You had an opportunity to have your photograph taken with the one and only Mr. Sinclair.
Well, I not only got a picture with him, but also an exclusive one-on-one interview. And I must admit, he's such a stunner. And he also told me that what he likes about Dubai is the diverse culture and the fact that people over here are always so dressed up.
Let's have a little look at what he had to say.
Sitting next to a legend who has drove the crowds all over the world insane with his music. Popularly known for his worldwide hits Love Generation and Sounds of Music and so many more, recently been nominated for his latest album Made in Jamaica. I am talking about the charismatic French record producer and DJ Bob Sinclair.
You just talked about me?
Yeah, I just spoke
Wow.
about you.
So
This is
many
all
beautiful
you, isn't it?
names to talk about me. It's beautiful. I know. Nobody talked to me about like this. you know.
Really?
No, it's
Well, I
beautiful.
guess you're very
Legend,
modest. You're
charismatic. It's
You're very
beautiful.
modest, I must
No,
say.
no, no. I do my music since 20 years, and when I start in my kids' room. So I have always this mind that I discover when somebody requests like an interview or ask me an autograph or a picture. I'm always surprised.
Now, you've been performing since the 80s. So how different has each decade been?
Since beginning of the 90s. I'm not that old. I'm not that old, but I started in my kids' room to do mixtapes and just to go to school. And I had no example of a DJ who has been successful in the world, especially a French DJ, where it was even a shame to be a French producer. On the first records I didn't mention that I was French. I was pressing the records in France, but I was export the records in England to re-import them in France. I don't know why, but the French sound was not that really big and popular. So I was pretending that I was not French. But now it's a bit different. But I just work a lot, and step by step I create my label. I did 12-inch after 12-inch. It was a bit different 15 years ago because we could promote your name with in making our own records. And then album in CDs, and I work a lot my image with the best photographer. I did a lot of big video and also big hits for sure, but I tried always to have a good image on all the things I did.
Okay.
I create a brand, you know. Now when a club invite me as a DJ, or when somebody invite me as a DJ, they don't invite a DJ. They invite a brand.
Your latest album, Made in Jamaica, has been nominated for the Grammys. How does it feel?
I've been nominated once for World Hold On in 2006. It's the second time, and it's with a project I had in mind. I did it totally for me. I don't hide you that when I do music first, I do it for me. I don't really plan to be a hit or to make something for people. I always do always for my own pleasure.
Do you have a word of advice for the aspiring DJs out here in Dubai and across the world?
Just feel your vibe. Don't try to copy somebody else. Try just to be influenced, you know. And I always try to be different, just to be try to do mash up the good combination between different style of music, and just follow my emotion.
Studio One is now a daily live show. So do you have a message for our main presenters, Tom and Saba, and the entire team of Studio One?
Of course, I have always the best message for the new year. So Tom and Saba, Happy New Year. Thank you to having me in your show, and I wish you the best.
Merci beaucoup, Bob. Happy New Year to you too.
What a nice guy, huh?
I know. I asked him to come to Dubai more often.
Oh, I know. Maybe we'll get him on the sofa next
Yeah.
time. So, Ash, you're also here to talk about Shah Rukh Khan's new controversial villa in Dubai.
Yes.
What's the deal with that?
The Bollywood superstar Shah Rukh Khan's villa, which is at the K front of the Palm Jumeirah, has now become the treasure cove for the Indian Income Tax Department. This villa, which is a 7,000 square feet palatial it's a dream come true. It's got tiled rooftops, two-door garage, a nice swimming pool, black metal fencing, and I'm almost
sure
losing count here. well, it's a dream come true. But the last thing he would have expected was this villa to become the center of a tax evasion controversy.
Has he reacted to the accusations? or not?
Well, this is how the story goes. This villa was gifted to the actor back in 2007 and by the Nakheel developers, and suddenly now in 2011 the Indian tax authorities have come out and said, wait a minute, he hasn't claimed his villa in Dubai as a taxable property. And we all know that Shah Rukh Khan spent his New Year's in Dubai, so it was all out in the papers that Shah Rukh celebrated New Year's at his villa at the Palm Jumeirah. So this villa story grabbed a lot of publicity, and the Indian Income Tax Department came back with him and told him that you need to pay a sum of 14.4 million dirhams as tax.
Pocket change for Mr. Khan, surely. Ash, have you declared all your villas?
Yes, I have, but there are a couple in Spain which I'm a little...
It's been a pleasure as always. Thanks very much for being with us on the sofa. Can't wait till next week. Now, after the break, things in Studio One will become organic. To be a little more precise, I'm talking food, of course.
Plus, we reveal tonight's mystery chef.
We'll be back in a few seconds. Welcome back to Studio One. We all make New Year resolutions, but most of us won't stick to them. Honest. We'll spend too much time and stuff we don't need and leave our savings gathering dust.
But luckily, we're joined on the Studio One sofa now by best-dressed financial expert in the world, Tim Searle from Global Eye. Welcome to Studio One, Tim.
Hi guys, and Happy New Year to you as well. I don't know how I can follow all that, by the way, because I'm going to take it down a tone or two.
Well, the suit says it all right now. I miss seeing that, actually.
Thank you very much.
So, New Year.
Yep.
Made a few resolutions.
Yeah.
We've all been to the gym twice. Given up on
That
that.
often.
Yeah. Financial resolutions? Is this a trend?
It is, I think, though, but once again, we make all these resolutions in the heat of the moment, you know, when everyone else is doing anything. Well, I'll say a few as well, but you probably don't really mean it, and are you actually going to follow through? So I think now we've perhaps got all the sort of the sort of hype of New Year out the way. Yeah. Let's actually sit down and make some proper New Year's resolutions. And of course, I'm here to talk about financial ones, which I think a lot of people, you know, they probably maybe regrets or stuff they were going to do last year, didn't do it. Time now to sit down and start making some.
I mean, is the beginning of the year a time to consolidate? Because obviously the festive period is always an expensive time, isn't it?
Definitely, but of course the festive time happens every single year, so you should start budgeting for it anyway. You know, that's just, well, absolutely. Well, it's just part of your life. You know, you're going to have, well, we're all planning to have lots and lots of festive periods, aren't we? It's not a case of it's just a one-off. So you've got to start thinking about this now. And I think really, once the hype has gone, start actually jotting down what your targets are. You've got to set yourself some goals. I mean, don't say, well, this time next year I want to have a luxury yacht. Well, depending on who you are, of course. But I mean, you know, you need to start, really start saving some money.
So how does one actually start saving money? Because that's one area that I have
got to say,
many problems.
You just got to save some money. You've got to do it. No one else can do it for you. I think perhaps what you might need to do is just run a balance sheet on yourself, see where you could actually cut some corners here or there, maybe one pair of shoes less or something like that.
Though.
But
every
you've got
time
to do
I make
it.
a purchase, jot it down. That
can work as well. Whatever works for you, but you're going to have to. This is the painful thing for everyone. Write it down. Actually find out what your balance sheet is. What are you worth today?
So it's almost like running yourself like a business.
Totally.
Really?
Totally, absolutely. And then say, well, look, I can save that. That's comfortable. That's not going to kill my lifestyle, but I'll make an effort to put that to one side. Maybe it is to, maybe you've got to pay down some unsecured debt. Maybe credit cards are costing you a lot of money and you don't want to keep doing that. When I talk about debt, I things like secured debt, like mortgages, that, you know, maybe it's a time to look around, get the best rate that's going, perhaps. You know, interest rates are changing all the time.
What are things that we can actually cut out and cut corners on to save money on a day-to-day basis?
Well, once again, it comes to maybe one night out less a week, perhaps, or something like that, or not shopping in that store and going somewhere else, perhaps, etc. You know, I mean, there's lots of ways, but you've got to obviously take your pain the way that it works for you. You know, but I think really the concept of saying, right, I'm going to save. Yeah. You can't just say, right, it's going to be that figure. You have to actually break it down to see what you can do. And then once you've got that figure, out of that figure, what can you comfortably afford to put away each week, each month, every quarter, every 6 months, but give yourself credible and tangible objectives and goals to achieve that.
A little more planning, a lot more budgeting.
Customise it to yourselves as
Absolutely
well. Great
right.
advice, Tim.
You know,
As always,
yeah.
advice available on your website as well. Tim,
Totally.
thanks very much for being with us on the sofa. We look forward to having you back with us very soon.
I'd love to be here.
Now, Saba has been on at me for ages about organic diets. Am I going to listen to her? Am I going to listen to her?
Eventually, yeah.
No, I'm not. We're going to talk about it. Because Saba's newest organic recruit, Jessica Barder, has been getting down with all that green stuff.
Fast food, those greasy meals we all enjoy once in a while. The problem is, they're bad for you.
Or are they? I've stumbled across Freshie, a fast food sensation which totally destroys those images of greasy burgers and chips.
And it doesn't get more fresh and nutritious than this.
Michael from Freshie told me how fast food is done the healthy way.
Mike, what's the concept behind Freshie?
Well, what we've tried to do is take all of the fresh, healthy ingredients and put them into one place. So we can go from rice bowls to wraps to salads to soups. And each one of them you're allowed to customize with all of the fresh ingredients that you would normally find in like a traditional home setting, but we've brought it to you in a very quick, fast, friendly environment. Our fast tickets allow you to quickly customize everything that you want, and if you don't like one of those items or you're in a rush, you can just use one of our chef design items, and you can see all that stuff on the website.
What's the response been like?
I've had a really tough time when this when I was first doing it. I didn't know how the local people were going to deal with the whole idea of like fresh food and stuff like that, but they've been really receptive to it for a number of reasons, mainly because there's now a really healthy option that's quick, and they have complete control over everything that goes in it. Normally all the other restaurants are like, you want a chicken Caesar salad? Okay, this is what we put in that. And if you're cool with that, you're cool with that. But allowing customers to 100% customize their lunch choices has been a great hit.
From wraps to soups to burritos to salads, there's a lot to choose from.
We all know that fast food equals convenience plus cheaper meals, but you can also be healthy too. And with the new year in full swing, there are no excuses. I'm going to be here a long time.
Well, that looked tasty. But joining us now next is one of Middle East's finest chefs and author of When Suzanne Cooks, Suzanne Husseini. Welcome to Studio One.
Hi, Saba. Thank you.
Absolutely. And you brought some goodies with you.
Yes, indeed.
What did you bring for us today?
Well, this in Arabic is called ghreibi, which is in Arabic shortbread. I think every culture has their version of shortbread. This is ours. And this is barazit, which is basically a pastry kind of cookie with sesame seeds on one side and pistachios on the other.
Sorry, that's really rude. I've just helped myself.
No, I want you to try it,
Go
please.
right ahead. So these recipes are in your brand new cookbook
Yes.
that you've just launched.
Yes.
It's on the bookshelf.
4 weeks ago, yes.
What was the inspiration for the cookbook?
For the cookbook, well, people who know me from my previous show and from my cooking classes know how much I adore Arabic cuisine. So this book is a celebration of all the wonderful dishes that I grew up eating, Arabic food. And I've put them all in a recipe book, and I've divided the book into 5 chapters. So you don't have to look for side dishes and compile a meal. It's breakfast, lunch, mezza, dinner, dessert.
Modern Arabic cuisine.
Yes.
A lot of people think, oh no, it's very intense.
Right.
Can it be simple to prepare?
Absolutely, and that's exactly the reason behind this book as well. I think a lot of people have misconceptions about Arabic cuisine and think, first of all, they don't know what it is. They can't define it because it's so diverse. Oh, sahtain.
One thing is that they taste very good.
Sahtain, I'm glad you
I
like
haven't
it.
tried one yet.
Great. They think it's difficult once they figure out what it is, because they know about all the stuffed things that we do and all those fiddly things, and there are fiddly things in our cuisine, but big majority of the cuisine is very, very simple. Things can be whipped up in a few minutes, and it's healthy, it's delicious.
It is delicious.
Yeah,
Cookies,
well, thanks.
amazing.
We've got some very, very jealous cameramen looking on at the moment as I devour this entire
They
plate.
should melt in your mouth, right?
Going back to, they do melt in your mouth. They're absolutely delicious. Going back to the book.
Yes.
It's a horrible question to ask, but I have to. Is there a favourite recipe for you in terms of flavour or maybe just even preparing?
I don't think so. I don't think there's a favorite. It's like all of them are connected to me. Every one of them is special to me. I like tabbouleh, which I'm sure you know. I love salads. I love vegetables. So anything from the book I like. I cook these every day. I enjoy these every day. So I can't really pick, Tom.
I can't wait to get stuck into that myself. I don't know. Maybe we can ask the mystery chef a little later on to maybe come up with something. Might just throw me a bit of a curve.
Yeah, I want to ask her too.
See what's going on.
Yeah.
But we'll check that out in just a while. Thanks so much for being with us.
You're welcome.
Really kind. Thank you very much as well for just giving us a little more background on the book and the food as well. Thank you very much.
صحتين, you're welcome.
Now here's a reminder of this week's big competition.
You could win a pampering session at the Eternal Med Spa, catering for up to 20 people, courtesy of health food outlet Freshie, a luxury overnight stay at Sofitel Hotel at Jumeirah Beach, including breakfast, and a 500 dirham voucher from Baker and Spice.
This prize is worth 3,000 dirhams, but to win, you'll need to answer this simple question.
How many Emirates are there in the UAE? Text SO1 if you think it's 7, text SO2 if you think it's 8, or text SO3 if you think there are 9 Emirates.
When you've made your selection, simply text it to the number for your country, which is coming up now. The number if you are texting in the UAE is 4351. Competition closes 5 p.m. Thursday, and we'll be calling the winner live on Thursday night's show.
Speaking of prizes, Tom, we need to announce the winner of yesterday's Facebook competition.
Yes, we do. We'd asked you on yesterday's show to write, I want to speak right proper, to win an online language course, courtesy of the Eton Institute. It's worth 1,250 dirhams. And the lucky winner is...
Drum roll.
Shane McGinley. Well done to Shane.
Congratulations, Shane. Check your Facebook inbox for a message from us telling you how to claim your prize.
Now, our next guest, well, needs no intro. Live here in the studio with his flamenco guitar and romantic Spanish tunes. A man who, of course, is known as the Gypsy Man, none other than Mario Reyes himself, accompanied by Nina the Oud from the Fridge. Mario.
Hello.
Welcome to Dubai.
Thank you very much.
Of course, grew up with the Gypsy Kings family, now here in the UAE for the first time. What do you make of Dubai?
Tomorrow night I play in Radisson Blue Hotel. A very happy singer for the people of Dubai. I want much to people, not too much, too much people.
And you like the city, the blue sky, the sunshine?
Yes, very good, very good.
It's like being home. Nina
Shukran.
as well. First time performing with Mario?
Yes, first time.
And of course with the beautiful Oud. And you guys are going to perform for us in just a few minutes. A very, very special occasion for us. But Bakura, and just remind the viewers, if you can, Sabs, about where they can catch
absolutely.
up with the...
You can check them out tomorrow night at the Radisson Blue Hotel in Dubai Media City.
Now, before we get on to the live performance, on tonight's show, we're giving away 10 signed copy of Mario Reyes' new solo album titled The Gypsy Man. If you want to be one of the 10 lucky winners, then get on our Facebook page right now and write, well, it's simple, isn't it? I love the Gypsy Man. That's all you have to do.
10 lucky winners will be chosen at random and announced on tomorrow night's show.
The track Mario and Nina the Oud will be performing tonight for us is from that latest album, and the track is called what?
Layli Lay is the first in the album.
First song on the album, first time performed in the Middle East.
Yeah.
First time you guys have played together.
Yes.
It's an absolute privilege for us. Take it away.
Thank you, shukran. Lady, 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 حبيبي أنت حبيبي nuestro amor. Tú eres todo lo que quiero en nuestro amor. Nadie cree. Lady, 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 lady. Vamos, Nina.
امتى حبيبي يكون الاوان ويومين من حياتي كانوا فين من زمان. امتى حبيبي موان الاوان ويومين من حياتي كانوا فين من زمان. ليلي ليلي ليلي
Lady, 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 lady.
Welcome back to Studio One. It's that time of the week when we reveal our mystery chef.
And she is Chef Suzanne Husseini, of course. Surprise, surprise.
Surprise, we burst the bubble. That's it, it's me.
Well,
Crazy.
you gave us a little taster there, and we had to keep you around so you could prepare one of your fabulous dishes from
Thank
the
you.
cookbook, of
And
course.
I've started with desserts, and now I'm going to go into savory.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, we're going backwards.
Yeah, you're cooking 2 dishes
I'm
today?
cooking 2 dishes. I'm a little ambitious today, but I'm going to go for it.
Let's get to it.
We're going
Okay.
to start first with a dish called moussaka. Okay, and this dish is, I'm going to start here with chopping garlic. I forgot my mortar and pestle.
Don't worry about that.
No
So this
worries,
is
no
another
worries.
way
We'll
of
keep
doing it.
Rustic.
Exactly. Okay, so I'm going to
What are
start
the
with
origins
garlic.
of moussaka? Because
Well, you know what, Tom? It's actually a dish that is shared in Turkey and Greece
Yeah.
and the Arab world.
Yeah.
I think the fact that we're all part of the Mediterranean, I don't really know where it came from, and I don't think I really care.
no, of
It's
course
just really good.
It just
and
tastes
It's just
good.
good, and we all make it the same. And I think people from the Mediterranean share so much.
Yeah.
You know, so much.
And everyone
of
has
the-
their sort of own interpretation, which is the beauty
Exactly,
of it, isn't it? You know?
exactly. And my particular interpretation of it is totally vegetarian.
Correct.
So there's no meat in this at all.
But
I'm-
eggplant is the common.
Yes, the aubergine
Ingredient
is the
throughout,
ingredient,
or the
exactly. You can
aubergine,
have
yeah.
meat or not. To the garlic, olive oil I've added, and now I'm going to add some chopped onion.
Okay.
Okay?
Well, no pressure. We've just got just over 7 minutes.
Just
to
over
plate.
7
All right,
minutes.
Chef?
Okay, all right. And at the same time, I've got aubergine roasting, and actually it's finished.
Wow.
It's done.
Perfect timing.
Yes, it's
She's a
roasting in the
pro.
oven. I don't fry it, I roast it. So that's
So
done.
healthy as well.
Exactly.
A little bit
To
of
the
salt
onions.
beforehand or not?
Sorry?
A little bit of salt
A
beforehand?
little bit of salt, a little bit of olive oil.
And you've removed the skin.
Yes. I add tomatoes to this, a little hot pepper, a little bit of sugar,
Oh, yeah.
just to kill the acidity, okay? A little bit of salt, and what's this? Pepper.
Oh, whack it in.
Why not?
Yeah.
Pepper, allspice, cinnamon,
Cinnamon, okay?
It's a real.
okay? And this is called dipsir raman, which is pomegranate molasses.
Right.
Wow.
Okay,
That's
that goes
the
in.
secret ingredient.
That's the
in
secret
Suzanne's
ingredient.
dish today.
Exactly. Stir it up, allow it to cook, but I have one ready because there's no way this could finish in time. It takes about 10 minutes.
Okay.
I have one here ready, and I'm going to assemble it for you right away.
And you just let that simmer on
Yes,
the stove
let it
top
simmer
for what, 20 minutes?
for about, yeah, for about 10 minutes. After
minutes.
it's finished, then I add in the chickpeas,
Oh, okay.
and that would be the last ingredient. And the chickpeas actually gives it some substance, and it also thickens the sauce a little bit.
Right.
So when it's done, it looks like this.
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
Gorgeous.
And now to plate it, this is the way I do it. I mean, it's a little non-traditional. I take my roasted eggplant and I place my filling inside,
Okay.
okay, fold it over like a little book, okay, and garnish it with
artistic.
a mint leaf
A little bit of mint.
and a little bit of pine nuts.
Wow.
There you go.
Oh,
Look at
Voila.
gorgeous. It's like
Eat.
a little envelope.
So
Yes.
this is the first one.
That's the first one. The second one is also very easy, and it's called fetet hummus. And this is the way I serve this
Okay.
dish.
Just before we get on to that one,
Yes.
we'll let you crack on because
Yes.
just want to remind all of our viewers that all the ingredients, all the recipes that are being cooked, not just tonight by Suzanne, but throughout the week, are available on our Facebook page. So you just have to go to the Facebook page, get the ingredients, cook along at home. Equally, Suzanne here has not only been interviewed, has not only cooking for us, but she's been kind enough to give her cookbook titled When Suzanne Cooks to one lucky viewer on tonight's show. So if you want to win it and cook finger-licking dishes, much like Suzanne, then get on a Facebook page right now and write, "I want to cook like Suzanne."
One lucky winner will be chosen at random and announced on tomorrow night's show.
Okay, while you were talking, I was mashing garlic, and I'm going to add it to some yogurt.
Is that full-fat yogurt?
It's full-fat yogurt, yes. I don't believe in no-fat anything.
Hallelujah!
You know, I believe all food is good for you, and that's the flavor. And, you know, you need to eat and you need to exercise to maintain good health.
True. And if you're making it at home, you can control all the other components in it. So
exactly.
Yeah,
Eating at home makes sure that you eat healthy, of course. Now, to the bread croutons here, I am going to add a little bit of lemon juice. And I'm not trying to make it soggy. I'm just trying to get the flavor down there.
What are the croutons made? Is it pita?
It's pita bread,
And
Arabic
you made
bread.
those yourself
Yes.
at home?
Yes,
So
you can either fry it, you slice it, fry it, or you can toast it in the oven. To my yogurt and garlic, I'm adding a little bit of tahini, which is 100% sesame seed. What that does is give it a nutty flavor. Okay.
Love tahini.
And change the color a little bit. Okay.
Gorgeous.
And it's delish.
So just over 3 minutes to plate.
No
pressure
I'm on it.
whatsoever.
I'm on it.
You're
I'm
all
on
over
it.
No.
Chickpeas go next. And I've warmed up the chickpeas.
And those are straight out of the can?
Well, these are because of the time factor, but I prefer always to soak them and make them from scratch. On top of the chickpeas, I put the yogurt.
But making them from scratch, you have to find the ingredient first. So
But it's easy.
Yeah.
Any supermarket
Any
you
supermarket?
Can find. Of course, of course. And then, of course, the topping is always nuts. As you know, in the Arab world, you know, food without nuts just can't be seen. And then pomegranate seeds on top. And, of course, pistachio nuts. And
That's
it
a really colorful and beautiful presentation.
Fatet hummus, my way.
And that's it.
There you go.
That's all there is to
amazing.
it.
And I suppose this goes back to what we were talking about a little earlier, doesn't it?
Yes.
Of, you know, modern Arabic cuisine. It's bringing other sort of tastes, other sort of ingredients into what is fundamentally an Arabic dish.
Absolutely, and I've stayed true to the ingredients. It's the integrity of the dish is there. I just may present it a different way.
Okay.
Of course,
I just
a modern presentation.
Exactly, because I want people to eat food like this. This is out of my breakfast chapter, so this is like a savory parfait. I mean, I like to call it. And this is out of my maza chapter that you could serve as maza or you could serve as a side dish to go with anything.
Okay, cool.
And it's healthy.
Well,
and remind us
Dig
again
in.
where the cookbook is available, so people
It's
can
available.
recreate these dishes.
Oh yes, it's available at all major bookstores, including Tavola has it as well, as does Bloomingdale's and Magrudy's and many, many other places. How is it? To die for?
can you carry on with the show? Is that all right? Just leave us to it. This is divine. Absolutely divine.
Good?
Suzanne.
And you know what?
It's a perfect breakfast dish.
Perfect breakfast dish, but equally perfect little starter for your
Yes,
dinner party. Perfect little, almost palate cleanser to a certain degree, isn't it?
That's right, and everything is wholesome in there. There's nothing in there that is
That is good.
And
That is
the
unusual.
moussaka is perfect. The
Thank you.
texture, the consistency,
Thank
the
you.
balance of flavors.
Do you mind if
you,
I borrow your
gorgeous.
cutlery? Is that
No,
okay?
No
Right.
problem,
No.
Tom.
And what's nice about the fetti, what I like, is that you get all the combinations, all the textures. You've got, you know, the crunchiness of the bread, the tangy of the yogurt, the nutty of the tahini, and then you've got the sweet buttery
Oh,
nuts.
it's gorgeous.
And then, of course, the pomegranates. Wow. Delish.
You know what? I hope my mum's not watching at the moment,
Yes.
because that's better than my mum's moussaka.
Is it really? Now,
Yeah.
moussaka also in Arabic means cold.
Okay.
That's
Oh, really?
that's what it means. So moussaka is actually eaten cold or at room temperature. It actually tastes better.
Is that
I think
Which
so.
is,
Oh.
which is, which is, it is a great idea, because so many
Yeah.
people will serve it hot, won't they? You know, because of the modern interpretation.
That's
of it,
right, and you can. I mean, this is good to serve hot or
Delicious.
at room
And
temperature.
other versions of it are with meat and with the like
Yeah.
a bechamel sauce.
Yeah,
I've seen
yeah.
so many variations of it.
That's
but,
right.
But I like the vegetarian interpretation.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Yeah.
But with the spice kick as well. Just
Yeah,
divine.
I put a little bit of hot pepper in there, and that's it. It's a wholesome meal all in one.
You know what you've done? Not only have you beaten the clock by 3 minutes or something like
I
that.
was determined to beat the clock.
Suzanne, you have proved to us that you can cook, you can prepare dishes in next time tonight.
Oh, absolutely, Tom. And I think it's all about just being prepared. It's called mise en place in French. When everything's in its place and you're prepared and you have everything ready, you can put it together in no time.
Just a quick
Yes.
reminder, Suzanne has been very kind to give her book, which is titled When Suzanne Cooks, to one lucky viewer on tonight's show. So if you want to win it and cook these wonderful dishes, then all you have to do is get onto our Facebook page right now and write, I cook like Suzanne. I wish I did.
And one lucky viewer will be chosen at random and announced on tomorrow night's show.
That's about it for us this evening. Thanks very much for tuning in. Oh, thanks to Suzanne. That's absolutely delicious.
You're very welcome.
Thanks to all of our guests who joined us this evening, but of course, thanks to you for tuning in.
You can get in touch with us by emailing to the address on the screen, and you can watch today's episode online at dmi.ae/Dubai One.
We're going to be back at the same time tomorrow night, where one of the viewers gets a full makeover and we find out how to properly dress a table.
Tonight's film at 9 p.m. is Dirty Dancing Havana Nights, starring Diego Luna and Romulo Garay, followed by Jessica Alba's hit movie Honey at 11 p.m.
Bit of Jessica Alba, a lovely little dish as well. Couldn't ask for anything more, could I, on Dubai One?
It's the best. It's the best.